How you doing, everyone? This is Sanakori, aka Taino Sagrado, right here at the Funhouse, Taino Funhouse. It's always fun when you tune into the ceremony and chats and discussions. So I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, and for all you future watchers out there who downloaded this show. Awesome. So today I want to share a ceremony, a Taino contemporary ceremony, and it's related to my own personal spirituality that I like to share with folks. And and it's four simple steps, and it's also rooted in many traditions when it comes to ceremonies and so on. So if you like, step number one is always you want to set the ambiance. You want to set up your altar. You want to set up the space where you want to do your ceremonies. In this case, I'm in front of my altar, and the important thing to understand is step number one. A lot of people fail this step because sometimes in our busy lives, we don't take the time to really sit with ourselves, sit with the universe, sit with the ancestors. And it's very, very important to do that in a daily basis. And why is it important? Because it helps us in our own personal spirituality. When it comes to our health, both physical health, mental health, emotional health, and overall spirituality. Just want to show you a symbol that I always use in my ceremony. This is a dumbbell, very old dumbbell that I use. But what I do is I focus on the sacred circle with the void in the middle. And this is a reminder for me that I'm part of this cycle of life, which is life, death, death, life. There's always a constant continuation. It never stops. Then, what some people do, and I like to do sometimes, is use fire, and you can use just a regular candle. And this is the one of the medicines that was given to us by Abuelo Bayamanako. Ahiokabo Guaracoel. We know our grandfather, the famous quote by Deminan Kanakarakor. So if you want, you can use this medicine of fire. Sometimes I tell people if you're alone in your house or your apartment and you fall asleep, very important to protect the fire because this can really become destructive in a ceremony if you're not careful. So what I do is, and I'm just gonna show you the dumbbell. Like I said, this is the cycle of life, the sacred circle. And what I do is sometimes I'll put the candle right in the middle and I'll light it. And it's a reminder for me how the central fire is what I try to keep lit in my own personal life. Okay? In this ceremony today, I'm not going to use fire. Um, so I'm going to symbolically put the candle in the middle. And then what I do is, and that's my Atabe, the Earth Mother, the sacred, divine, feminine creation. That's what this represents. She represents, childbirth, lactation, anything dealing with life, you know. So she's one of the co-creators in the Taino way. This Atabe, she's one of 12 faces of the Supreme Being. And then what I do is I leave, and this is the Deminan gore that's broken. I have some sacred stones in there. So all of this, it helps me focus on the sacred, that I'm part of this divine circle. So again, this is step one, preparation, very important preparation. And this is my other mother. This is the turtle mother, Deminan's wife. And she also represents that fertility, the giver of life. This stone right here is very, very important to me because I got it from the Cueva de Arecibo in Borinquen, got a piece of it. And always, when you take a sacred item, you always leave tobacco behind. You just don't take. You have to give something back. And of course, in any, oops, sorry about that. In any ceremony, you need tobacco. This tobacco is specifically from Dominican Republic. It's very important to use some kind of tobacco that's related to the homelands. So what I do is in ceremony, instead of lighting it, what I do is I'll just put it in my mouth, and you can feel the power of the tobacco. Its medicinal values, very very important. Um, so I use this in ceremony. I'm not gonna light it today. I'm just gonna give the demonstration. So then what happens is, whoa, the turtle's alive. Turtle mother, she's alive and well. And this is one of the offerings that I use. Again, the key thing about ceremony is that this is what's special about ceremony is that we don't take, we give. Ceremony is the occasion to give back to universe, to give back to others, the human world, give back to the animal world, give back to the bird world. I mean, excuse me, the mineral world. So we have minerals here, you know, and so we got the mineral, we got the humans, we got the animals, and there's one more special gift that's given to us. And if anybody wants to put that on the chat, please do so. And this is my yokahu semi, and I put it right on the right in the circle here. The yokahu, bagua marakoti, also one of the many faces of Yaya, of the Supreme Being. So we got Atabe, who gives birth to yokahu. So this is what I will put on my altar. I'm not going to put a light on today, but definitely I'm going to use it as symbol here tonight. And also, if you have Palo Santo, you can also burn this as well. Also with the tobacco, very important. See, I'm putting everything. See, this is metal. It's an old dumbbell. And because it's metal, it protects against any accidents in the fire. Very, very important. Also, if you have a candlestick or a candle stick holder, this also is very important. Always got to secure your your altar, no fires or anything like that. I always have my maracas. Very important to have your maraca because this is what's gonna give you the connection, the rhythm, the universe. And also I have the amaraca, the Behike amaraca, and I use that as well. Today I'm gonna use my small rattle. It's very soft, it's very pleasant. So all this is step one. All of this, what I just did right now, is step one, in which you organize yourself, you organize your altar, you get into into the mood, and then after that, what's gonna happen is you're gonna go to step two, and step two is you're gonna sit in front of your altar, and again, this is the sacred altar. This is your sacred space between you and the universe, the ancestors, the divine, sacred. And what's going to happen is you can close your eyes. I suggest you close your eyes and shut all the lights, put on the candle. Make sure you have a little light. And then you're going to go inside of yourself, the internal. You're going to block everything around you. And then you're going to focus on all those things. See, in front of your altar, okay? You're going to you're going to focus on all those things that prevent you from growing, prevents you from going the extra mile when it comes to your life, when it comes to your existence in this world. Um, Step two can be very difficult because it can be very emotional, and depending how you prepare yourself, how you prepared your altar, which is step one, Step two, it could last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it can last an hour, but it's very, very important. In step two, you're gonna focus on all those things that's preventing you from living, preventing you from fulfilling your visions, your dreams, your life. Maybe you had a rough day at work and you have to really sit down and really go over what happened to you today, or what happened to you yesterday, or what happened to you last week, or what happened to you when you were a child. All these things come up in step two. So I want you to focus and stay there. I want you to stay there in front of your altar, in front of the sacred beings. And this is the part where you can use your rattle and you can hear the sounds of the rattle. And this is where maybe a chant will come from your heart, a song, and you can sing that, or just continue to play the rattle, or you can just stay in silence. But step two is very important. Step two is it's like taking out the garbage, man. You want all those things that are toxic in your life. Just let it out. Just let it out. Many times what I do is I close my eyes and I watch the flickering of the candle. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to focus on those things that are really hurting me and I just let it out. And the way I do that, I envision myself in the bottom of the ocean and I can breathe like a fish. And then I can just imagine all those things coming forward and going to right on top of the water. Okay. And then I can vision myself, when I'm staring at the candle, my eyes closed, I can vision the sun right above the ocean and all those things that are preventing me from being happy. The sun is just going to absorb it, it's just going to burn it, get rid of it. And you need to tell yourself, hey, I don't want this. Give it back to the universe. Okay? That's step two. Step three is, wow, that's the power round in which you focus on your image of God, your image of the sacred being. For me here, I'm using some traditional symbols here. Atabe, her son Yokahu. I got the earth, turtle mother. I got some sacred stones and stuff that remind me of Borinquen and Giskeya. I have my offering here, Batata, to Atabe and Yokahu. It's all about giving back. But in this round, part three, step number three, I want you to focus on this image that you have of God. And whatever your God or your supreme being, whatever power it has, I want you to absorb that. So step two, you got rid of the negative, of the toxins. Now in step three, I want you to accept all this power. I want you to accept everything that that's contained in the supreme being. And if you have the name of Yaya, the semis, the helpers, absorb it all, take it all in. You're like a vessel, or if you want to use a traditional term, you're a Taino vase, where you're gonna, this water is gonna fill the vase, for the vasija, and then you're the vasija, you're that vase, and you're receiving all this water, maybe the rain, and then it's filling up. This is what I want you to do. Fill yourself up with the power of God, the power of Yaya, or Atabe, or Yokahu. Absorb it all. And just when you feel like you just can't receive anymore, I want you to go to step four. And step four is I want you to give it away to someone you may know, or maybe it's someone that hurt you, or maybe it's a family, a city, a town, a war-torn country, send that energy, send that power to them. And that's step four. Now, a lot of people have a problem with step four because my experience and other people experiences, what they share with me is they feel like when they receive this power, they don't want to get rid of it because it's so beautiful. It's exhilarating. It's just power, man. And you don't want to get rid of it. And this is the danger part. See, this is where your ego might inflate a little here. You don't want to give it away, but it's absolutely crucial. Step number four, you give it away. Okay, you can't keep it. Don't keep it. Nope, 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 nope. Experience the love, experience the power. Sit there with it. It could be an hour, 2 hours, it could be 5 minutes. And just when you can't contain anymore, give it away. Give it to someone who really needs it. And that's step four. Now, this is the issue here. People that don't want to give it away because they feel so good, so powerful. If you give it away, you can get more. You see the logic? If you give it away, you're going to receive more. So, like I said, step one is preparing your altar, preparing your space. Step two, go within. Get rid of all those toxins and the poisons that's in your life. Get rid of it. Part three, receive the power that is God. Yah, whatever image you have of God. Maybe you belong to a religion like Buddhism. Buddhism or Christianity, Muslim, whatever religion you may be part of. It's all right because you're still Taino, right? So what you do is whatever image you have, just receive it. Bam. Get rid of it. 4 steps. So I'm gonna sing some songs. I'm gonna invite you to come with me and to travel to the internal. And if you're listening to this or watching this, just follow along, and I'll introduce each step. Of course, I'm not gonna go for hours, but I'll give you a brief presentation. So I'm just gonna focus on Atave. 1 second, yeah. Just gonna make sure it's focused. Oh, Kama, oh, Kama, Yokauma, Wama, Kopi. Oh, Kama, oh, Kama, Atave. Umako, Bainoti, oh, Bainoti, Bainoti, Zogahu, Zogahu. Now this is all first step preparation. So I use a sacred song for me, and I use the rattle. Now I'm going to step two, which is letting go of all those things that are not good for you. Now, at this point, I want you to focus on the Supreme Being and the power of the Supreme Being, the ultimate reality, Yaya, coming into your body, to your soul. Ya 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 Now, the last step, I want you to think of people that really need this power. Okay, so those were the 4 steps. Very important to the more you practice this, the more you become better at it. It becomes natural, and the super more you practice it, you can be walking and down the street, you can be in the subway, you can be in an airplane, and you can practice these steps, and it'll become like nature, be natural, I should say, to you. So this is Behike Sanakori of Behike Yek, and all Taino Nation, Taino people out there, all my friends and relatives throughout Turtle Island and the world in general. I'll be back. Blessings.